Welcome to Strat Chat, where we'll be exploring a strategy's tactical plan, build order, and battle group prior to jumping into a narrated gameplay analysis. In episode 3 for today, I'll be showing you the Running Riflemen strategy, which involves using the mobility of Riflemen and an M8 Greyhound as a base of fire to hunt down the enemy. This is an all-purpose combined arms USF Forces army composition from CoH1 days that it translates really well into CoH3 for so many patches now. The strategy develops into a highly adaptive build between the combination of the barracks and motor pool base buildings. It starts with the strength of Riflemen to establish the front line, hold favourable green cover, and when the opportunity arises, to commit to a flanking assault. This flanking assault is informed by Riflemen holding key vision control garrisons or the scout. If a gap in the lines can't be found or forced with acceptable losses, the M8 Greyhound can be let out of the gates, racing to hunt down a break in the axis lines and maximize on the mobility of the Riflemen to rampage the enemy forces. A range of battle group choices can be made to complement this versatile army composition, and I'll go through the thought process on which to best select in order to adapt to the opponent or the map. This strategy works great against both Wehrmacht and DAC, but I personally feel it has a better success rate against Wehrmacht. It works great in team games too with some modifications. So with that said, let's summarize the Running Rifleman strategy into a build order suggestion. First thing to do is send the scout capping on the map with the primary side fuel and collecting other points along the way. Prioritize fuel over munitions in the early map control territory game. Build the barracks and queue up a Rifleman. Get 3 Rifleman squads in total. The first 2 will progressively send to the same area of the map so that they can help out each other when required. If separate, just move them safely or hold favourable cover if a threat can't be beaten with the single Rifleman moving in the open field. We want to preserve the HP on the Riflemen as much as possible because it will improve the strategic flexibility of the strategy by enabling the Greyhound to be built first and then the medical tent. This improves the timing window of the M8 Greyhound to be aggressive against Axis until an AT counter is available. However, if there is an opportunity to be aggressive with the Riflemen and strike, it's worth pursuing if you are confident it will be a positive outcome. Even if it will force an early healing building to be required, that's okay. It's about making the most of the opportunities that come our way. And what you can do to identify these opportunities more readily is once the scout has finished its capping journey, make sure you bring it near the leading Rifleman. So this will aid in the decision-making process because the scout does have a greater line of sight. It can maybe see those MGs before they become a threat. You can shoot off a flare, and you can also use a smoke grenade to either engage or disengage. Next up, consider the Infantry Support Center option as the free captain and the Infantry Support Center techs that buff the Riflemen are the most useful to this strategy. Opal Scorpion Patch 2.1 will enable Air Support Center and Mechanized Support Centers to be able to attain the captain via a cost. So variants of this strategy could be performed with the alternate Support Center options. Either way, the captain is a really important unit to this strategy, whether it's from the utility it provides via the flanking maneuver, marked vehicle, or even the leadership enhancement XP gain that it gives to create a snowball veterancy mass of Riflemen that can become really threatening is incredibly valuable to this strategy. Whether you go for the Air Support Center with the free recon or the Mechanized Support Center, which will have the fine-tuned barrels upgrade that will enhance the M8 Greyhound's MG, is a possible option to explore. Construct the motor pool, and once the fuel is available for the Greyhound, bring it onto the battlefield, followed by an engineer with a sweeper. Once Axis anti-tank is established, usually it's via Pak 40, Jägerschreck, or Panzerjäger, it is best to use the Greyhound cautiously, but still be aggressive. Use the scout or Rifleman to find and track their anti-tank units. Send the Greyhound to locations where their AT is not present. It's possible to inflict harm on the Axis player with the Greyhound with minimal repairs required. This is a great outcome, as it'll free up the engineer to build sandbags and mines to consolidate ground taken. By playing this cautiously aggressive style with the Greyhound, it forces the Axis player to constantly reposition, which creates an opportunity for the Rifleman to run right into an open flank. Grab an anti-tank gun or chaffee if the Axis armor threat grows. If they are locking down territory through well-placed heavy machine guns, consider building the mortar and don't forget to use smoke. Smoke has great synergy with this build. Rifleman bars, grenades, and Infantry Support Center upgrades start to round out the game. I really like getting the extra HP upgrade for some super durable Riflemen. When it comes to the veterancy options, Vet 1 options on the Greyhounds include the decapture. This allows you to deny access capture or rapidly decap, allowing for infantry to quickly capture and get back into the fight. For Riflemen at Vet 1, you can go for either pour it on them or for sprint. I really like sprint when my opponent is going for support weapon-based play, and that lets me just run past their MG42 or flak firing lines, causing chaos and causing a chain reaction of retreats from there. Pour it on them, I find it's best used for scenarios where Axis are investing more on mainline grenadiers or panzer grenadier infantry. From there, get units as required and identify a point in time to select the battle group that's best suited for the option for the game. Favorable battle groups are those that provide abilities and complement Riflemen or the Greyhounds. There is no need to pick a battle group from the start of the game, which is great. It enables the battle group selection to be reactive to best counter your opponent's strategy and suit the map. I've included what I generally select as a guide, but pick it to suit your game. Armor Battle Group, Advanced Infantry Battle Group, and Special Operations are your best bets. The best option versus DAC is generally Armor Battle Group to rapidly produce the first M8 Greyhound and have it at Vet 1 to relieve pressure off Riflemen if the flak half-track is applying pressure on the field with the 250 half-track. The same methodology can also be applied to Wehrmacht if they've rushed out the 221 Scout Car via the Breakthrough Battle Group's rapid production. Advanced Infantry and Special Operations are fun, viable options versus Wehrmacht especially. Advanced Infantry is selected when my opponent goes Panzer Grenadiers or MP40 Grenadiers. I love to surprise them with the Rangers hiding behind a corner, which we will see in the narrated gameplay to follow. It leads to a massive counterattack, nullifying the power spike of the Panzer Grenadiers against Riflemen without bars or veterancy. Or even having artillery observers and a howitzer can be used to really effectively break down Axis static positions. Special Operations is particularly good versus players investing into big balls of elite infantry with Jaegers and PG supporters with mid-tier Axis armor units like Verbelwinds, Martyrs, and Stugs. The SSF commandos with a Rifleman meat shield can shine through with a call and whiz-bangs to break apart the blobs rapidly. Just don't tech early to Tier 4 tank depot with this variant and commit to a heavy Tier 1 and Tier 3 strategy with infantry support upgrades to maintain a high tempo. The less favourable battle groups for this strategy are Airborne Battle Group. The anti-tank gun drop becomes a bit redundant due to motor pool, but it can still be used effectively with recon run spam provided the opponent does not have any anti-air. And also Heavy Weapons Battle Group. This battle group, it's simply just better suited to Tier 2 Weapon Support Center based play to maximise the use of the 30 cal heavy machine guns and half-tracks. But some creative off-meta play can exist if combined with Mechanized Support Center, which allows you to make the half-tracks via the motor pool. The maps that I'd recommend to use this strategy on are those with a defendable early fuel income, which are wide open, but with the occasional shot blocker to allow your riflemen to get those nice creative flanks off. The maps that this works well on include Road to Tunis, Langres, Famenville, Ungnaville, Twin Beaches, Taranto Coastline, and Jebel Pass. So it's good. It's a good chunk of the maps. The less favourable maps, I'd say, are Pacino Stalemate, Crossing in the Woods, and also Samoa. It can work okay on Samoa though, but I think there's better strategic options on those three maps, including Assault Engineer Flamer-based play, Artillery Observers, or Weapon Support Center-based strategies. This strategy works well in team game scenarios as well, from 2v2s through to 4v4s with some minor adaptations. For those wanting to connect with a buddy in 2v2, it synergizes really well with an ally who can complement the army with support weapons, indirect fire, or heavy tanks. For a US Forces ally, this might be going for the Heavy Weapons Battle Group to lock down some shared ground with the Tier 2 Weapon Support Center with heavy machine guns and a half-track, and working towards the powerhouse of the Pershing. For a British Forces ally, I feel it complements nicely with the Australian Battle Group with over repair, or with the Churchills via the Canadian or heavy armour battle groups. These heavy units help buy time for the riflemen to close the gap and fire down Axis infantry. In team games, I feel Spec Ops loses its potency in 1v compared to 1v1, and it's better replaced with Advanced Infantry Battle Group for the frontline medical station for the forward healing for yourself and the allies. Armored Battle Group, though, is still a great option with multiple M8s and field repairs to maintain that high pressure through time-efficient repairs on the move. So, with the Strat Chat done, let's jump into a narrated gameplay. My opponent this game is Dumais, who is a higher ranked CoH3 veteran, and we're having a showdown on the open fields of Langres. Hey everyone, Stephen here, and today playing game as US forces. I'm taking on Wehrmacht. My opponent is Dumay. He's got Breakthrough, Luft, and Terror battle groups in his loadout. Been getting North Lungras a lot lately. It's pretty, especially against top 20 players. It is tricky. I'm pretty accustomed to playing on Lungras just from the thousands of games I've clocked up in CoH3. It's a pretty punishing map, but it's a map that you can't afford to make a mistake in the early game. Like, and a mistake might be getting an early suppression where I haven't really scouted for it, and that can result in a lot of pain and suffering. And quite typically, I end up sending my scout to the far right-hand side to cap, so I won't have visibility in the center. I've got to play off a little bit of intuition, which makes it a bit tricky. But I've got faith in my intuition to roll my way into this game. What I'm going to be doing here, I'm not going into this game with a strategy in mind. I'm going to be pretty reactive. Usually when I play reactive, I end up going armored or advanced infantry. I'll see what he goes for and I'll adapt accordingly. I think last time I versed him, he went for a PG style of play with the half track. If he goes for that again, I'll go armor and he also moves his way into Stugs. If he goes for that, I will go for style of play where
ready for deployment, sir. Where the hell did they come from? Inside, hurry. Stay low, goddammit! Why? Move, move, move!
oh, they're not all shooting.
Come on, move your ass. Rifles losing integrity.
Oh, you're kidding me. They're not capping either. I've messed that up.
What? Up to it. Secure that position. Stand by. Jump to it, boys.
Okay, so I'll decap that. Pretty rough start. Not capping that. What I'm gonna have to do here. Alright, I'm gonna rebound. Retreat. We're gonna play long game style here.
Defend our victory point. We're losing it.
Scout's gonna jump down that side. I'm gonna get a mortar. He'll definitely try next to go for this house, which I think I'm just gonna be able to shut down. He'll go for the cutoff next. I need to shut down this cutoff, sit in the screen cover. Will be ideal.
Move your ass. God dang it. Find cover. All right. Let's move like we got a perfect. Jump to it, boys. Find cover. Find cover. All right, man. Stand by.
Nice.
Jerry's got a nice little nest egg here. Let's take it.
Need to
Infantry support upgrades are en route. Spread out. All right, man. Stand by. Take that damn ground.
I'm just outside the suppression range there.
Take down that flag. Quickly now. Get on it. Hurry. Buzzsaw's got it in fucking sight with it.
Fire out.
Go, boys. A victory point is under attack. We must act.
Oh, he hasn't actually capped that yet. That's handy.
Hey, tiptoes. Listen up. A victory point is under enemy control now. On our way, sir.
That means I can also afford a mortar.
We're up. Capture and secure that area. God damn it, rifles shipped up. We're locked and loaded.
I'm not going to fully cap that. There's no benefit in me capping that.
Pull in, squad. Infantry support research completed, and a captain has been assigned to you. Needs to be neutralized. Mortar crew and 2, standing by.
All right, let's go for a engineer next.
Rest time's over. That's a go, boys. Relay. Spread out on that area and hold it.
Yeah, my mortar's in range there.
Taking losses. Hold back, god dang it. Move. Come on, let's secure that ground. Jerry's got a nice little nest egg here. Let's take it. Fresh mags in. We got capture orders.
The men will follow my lead.
Let's get this over with.
We're locked and loaded.
It's getting a bit coordinate smart. Let's go.
Let's go. I got the two. Move out.
Reports of enemy movement near our victory point.
Around here somewhere.
Can't stand around all
We got
day.
the word.
No, let's get the mortar.
Area secure.
They have taken our victory point.
Boys are waiting. Double time, soldiers. Ready for deployment, sir.
Pipe down. Orders to come from my
Get us out of here. Get on that point.
Nice. That's a good force retreat there.
Incoming. Spread out on that area.
So that's going to let me get the motor pull up pretty safely here.
Is cut off. We have territory isolated. We've lost control of the sector.
And that healthy rifleman squad is going to push away that really hurt grenadier. And then the scout can just cap up the rear.
What do you need? Find cover. We're locked. Come on. Got orders, boys. Follow me. Son of a bitch. Relay order. Fire. Move. Cover him.
PGs?
Engineers
Okay.
down.
Answer, boys.
Retreat. He's going to try to throw a grenade on my retreat here as well. He's really good at this, Dume. He missed that one, but usually doesn't miss. Is one of the best elements of his game is exactly that. I just put some smoke down there, and then it'll allow me to safely cap this, retreat this before that becomes a problem.
You got a job for us?
Where were they again? Rifles reinforced.
Where'd they go? Fuck me, they're taking rush shots at us.
Territory lost. Enemy movement near a victory point.
He got vet 1 on his PGs. Okay, he's going to be committing to a heavy tier 3, that means.
We're locked. All right, boys. Advance and stay
Victory point now under enemy control.
I'm going to smoke here to make sure his MG doesn't suppress my 2 riflemen that are pushing down the center.
Engineers here. All right. Hand me the switch.
Reports of enemy movement near our victory point.
Capture that area. Move. What? Jesus H. Christ. Come on. Move your asses. Relay order.
Nice.
Secure that position.
Oh, really fortunate mortar hit.
Enemy activity near our munitions point.
Watch out! Get those, let's go! Border crew! Squad! Ready. The area's ours.
this way to bitch. Come on, move.
On our way, sir.
Well, would you look at that?
What do you need? Let's secure that ground.
Captain here.
I'm not going to pick my battle group yet. I could go armor and fast deploy out that MA, but I'm content to just maybe get a ranger to deal with those PGs when they come around this corner.
Into the building!
Yeah, I'm actually going to go for that.
Elite Rangers are standing by.
Get locking down the perimeter.
Territory point is no longer under our control.
Infantry! Cover off on his position!
Jump to it, boys!
Yep, nice. Forced a really good retreat there.
Eyes on that point. We're taking
One out. Moving to secure position. Get on with it!
I'll just get that scout to sit in that building.
Captain, you liberate that sector.
That's a mine. Oh, that's a mine. So the Stug's the problem here now.
We have a surplus of command points. Sending our frontline forces some much-needed firepower.
Listen up. All right, it's on me. Heavy machine guns. Halt! Bring the hell out! Looks like we're find cover inside. Go, go, go! Get on it.
Enemy forces are converging on a fuel point.
Capture and hold that area.
A victory point is under attack.
There's a Stug.
We
You
must
can hear it.
act.
Clear the territory.
I'm gonna sprint.
We have infantry standing by, Commander. The victory point has fallen into enemy control. The enemy have taken... Order team has been taken out.
Officer reporting.
Keep your heads down.
Anti-tank team on the field.
Up to it. Secure that position. On the way.
Oh, hello.
Got orders to move. Taking fire. We're advancing.
All right, let's put some pressure onto those Grens now.
Leave him. All right, man. Take that down.
Oh, that retreat path confused me.
Pack those weapons.
The enemy is stealing our munitions point.
You're the man. Get that gear squared away. Come on.
I don't think he's gonna push all the way here. It's pretty risky if he does.
Indirect fire crew ready for run up the men and let's get to it.
What now? All right,
Get ready to
move
kick
out.
some ass,
Keep
boys.
it tight.
Guns, move out.
What have you
Get
got?
together.
Raise the colors. Come
Shut
on this
for
way,
cover.
bitch. Come on, move.
One of our sectors is now in enemy hands.
Armor piercing.
Supplies are cut off. We have holes in our front line. They pushed us off a sector.
I just gotta go from cover to cover here.
The enemy is winning this fight.
Yeah, but I've got him on the back foot here a little bit.
Hold it up. Scouts, lead the way.
Man point should be spent when possible.
Struggle up, boys. Throw us back.
Ready orders.
Pump the brakes. They got us pinned down over here.
I'm confusing him. I'm hitting from every direction at the moment.
The Chaffee has arrived.
Stop repairing. Stop repairing.
Barracks, taking fire. A munitions point is being attacked.
Down there in your... You know the drill. Squad is securing location.
Get ready. We're on our way, sir. We're up, boys. Capture and secure that area. Back it up.
The sector's been overrun. It's theirs now.
For deployment, sir. Square your kit. Make sure that light gun has plenty of
Contact, where's he at? Captain here.
Capture that area.
Oh, do it, lady.
Incoming.
Taking ground. Enemy CP in sight.
Get on that point.
All right, need to put pressure in the middle.
We're losing the fuel point. We have the upper hand. Keep pushing. We have anti-tank crews reporting in.
That's a good flank. That's a really good flank.
Commander, we've lost a sector.
Got it. Nice.
Clear up. You two. On that weapon. Get it done. All right.
I just got to back up here. I think I healed my base. Yeah, I did. So that's a
Defend our victory point.
important little win.
In here. Locking down the perimeter. Stand by.
To it, boys.
An important thing here.
Captured a victory point.
Oh, that might be a game if I kill that. Nice. He had to take that risk there though, but that's it. GG. Oh, that felt like a good old CoH3 game. Just darting left to right with my Riflemen and M8, finding the gap. I guess because Jumay's someone that went from CoH1 to CoH3. Did play CoH2 a little bit, but I think he's like me. He's always loved CoH1 more than CoH2. And CoH3 is the best one. I really like CoH3. It's the best option in the franchise for me. But GG. Go through the stats. And that's that. I hope this video gives you some understanding on how to maximize the high mobility of Riflemen and Greyhounds together. It's a highly adaptable build that can be used with a number of variations to counter the Axis forces. It's a playstyle that I honestly never get bored of playing as with the USF forces, as I believe it encapsulates the spirit of Company of Heroes of trying to win with infantry flanks and combined arms. If you want to check out some more of the narrated gameplay examples of the Running Riflemen strategy against Wehrmacht and DAC, be sure to check out the videos linked in the description. Otherwise, take care and I'll see you next time. Bye!